I may hate drama in my life, but I love talking about the drama in yours.
I may watch too much reality TV, but you're listening to me talk about it. Well. We finally made it here. Hello, everyone. This is your host, Funmi.
And it's your girl, B.
And welcome to RealiTEA-V.
Yes, our very first podcast. We will be talking about all things reality TV, the current drama and gossip, and everything with the show, and just letting you into our worlds and, becoming a family.
And so we just want to bring a little bit of reality to reality TV. I know we watch it and talk shit and all that kind of stuff, but sometimes there are some certain subjects in these shows where we can actually, I guess, learn a lesson from, kind of figure out how we would do in the situation if there were no cameras.
Right. No matter how fake some of it might be, we know.
And a lot of it is.
Right. We're not that naive, but everyone has their one reality show that's a guilty pleasure. You might not want to talk about it. You might not tell anyone, but you have a show. And if you do, we've probably watched it and we probably will talk about it some point on.
There are certain shows we refuse to talk about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you guys let us know in the comments, like, hey, talk about this show, we'll probably just let you know, no.
Yeah.
We regret to inform you that we will not be going through with that service. So, be prepared. But anyway, how was your week, B?
Really good. Just started boot camp classes, trying to get in shape. So that was a good time.
Do work.
Yeah, it's just, it's one thing when you go to the gym and then you see all these in-shape bitches in their sports bras and everything. It's like, you here to look cute and I'm over here dying in my sweats and t-shirt. But, it's okay. Maybe I'll be like them next year.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. I know my extra fluffy self needs some work.
Fluffy. It's my favorite word.
Fluffy. But yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there.
Taking the first step, I guess.
Yeah, I need to get back on my beach body with Sean T.
His ass. He just be all, let's get into it. Yeah. Let's not.
This is good. No, this is horrible. I'm dying.
Just stop and eat a Snickers. Hungry? Why wait?
Especially when you're working out at home like I do. It's just, it has its benefits, but it also has its negatives. Like, I got ice cream in the freezer.
So I could stand here or I can go to the left and give me some ice cream. But
yeah, so speaking of ice cream, I went to Winco the other day, right? Wait, this is yesterday. So I'm minding my own black business.
As you should.
Ringing up these items in the self-checkout.
Right.
Which I do all the time. Malachi likes to help me and all that stuff. And this new lady, they have the little clerk that just
watch
oversees
stuff.
Yeah. So this new lady, I've never seen her before. She looks like she's in
Who are you?
Her 50s. That's just, like I wanted to come out of retirement, so I just worked at the grocery store. And she was just eyeballing me a little bit too much. And so, when you bring something up, you have to put it on the thing so it can weigh it.
Yeah.
So it kept fucking up.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, it was so frustrating. I was rushing out, trying to get out. And she comes up like, oh, it's okay, I'll fix it. She's like, when the screen clears, she's still there.
You know what's funny? I had an encounter with her last night.
The curly hair bitch?
Yes.
Okay, so she's still there. I'm like, why are you still here? All you had to do is clear out the damn screen, right? And she was like, so the last thing you rung up with this bread, okay. She checks the bags to see if the bread is in there. Then she's like, oh, well, you have to ring up this too. Now, I brought fruit snacks in. I didn't want her to know that it was fruit snacks and not the gummies that I rang up instead.
So you were scamming.
So I'm like, you messing up my scamming right now, all right? And she was like, well, where is it? I had to go press the up button to the I'm like, it's right. Oh, okay. So she finally leaves. Same issue. I have all these groceries. The little weigh thing is starting to fill up. So I'm like ringing up one item at a time saying, I don't want to bag this.
Yeah.
I don't want to bag this. And then it said, oh, we need the clerk. I was like, hey, got to call this bitch over here again. Mm-hmm. So she comes back and she clears the screen. And she's like, oh, you don't want those items anymore? I said, I rung them up. I just don't have space anywhere down here for them. And this bitch looks at the screen like, oh, how did you do 3 at times? The 198. I said, bitch, I rung it up one by one. Like, what do you mean? The computer did the 3 times 198 for my dang apple cider.
Yeah, I think maybe she was just promoted to self-checkout supervisor. But no, because last night I did a late night shopping trip. You know, I guess the perks of Vegas is grocery stores is open 24 hours. So I'm in there, you know, just ringing up my stuff, ready to go. And I feel her eyeballs on me because, you know, I'm always, you know, on lookout for a killer that's eyeing me. So I feel her eyeballs, but, you know, I ain't got shit to hide. So I'm ringing up my stuff, and as I'm putting my bags, I put my bags in the cart. And as I'm about to, like, start wheeling my cart out the store, she comes up behind me and was like, want me to take these 2 bags for you? It was, like, 2 bags that I took, you know, in, like, the produce aisle. Yeah. I had like 2 extra bags that I didn't use. And she just came out of nowhere. Was like, want me to take these bags for you so they don't get left outside? I'm like,
what the fuck is your job title for? Clean up on aisle, leave me the fuck alone, and get those bags, okay?
Shut up. But no, yeah, she's definitely supervisor of self-checkout. Respect her title. She will not have any discrepancies on her shift. Not on her watch.
Anyway, enough talking about this bitch. Oh my God. I'm like, where's the other white lady with the long ponytail?
She has been replaced. There's a new sheriff in town.
a new self-checkout sheriff in town.
New. I bet she got a badge. Okay,
I'm sorry.
We're going to hell.
We're having too much fun with this right now.
Right, okay.
All right, so let's get into it. We have quite a bit to discuss, so we're going to try to get through it and all that good stuff. But we want to go ahead and start out this first podcast with one sexy ass individual. And that show we're talking about is
Are You the One?
Yes.
On MTV. And I had to get Funmi on the show when I first was like, let's watch this show. She was like,
what the
hell
fuck?
No. Rightfully so, because my best friend, she watches it, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this. And I got hooked because I saw that man on my screen.
Right.
And I've been hooked all season long. But this man is, if you watch good old Clinton Moxham, I believe.
I don't give a fuck what his
It doesn't matter. That is the most beautiful man.
Now,
Beautiful man.
I think this show is dumb as hell. Now, I'll tell you why I originally didn't want to watch the show. Because they were fucking up my challenges.
Yes.
The MTV challenges used to be Road Rules versus Real World.
Always.
And so they did the Fresh Meat thing. That actually went pretty well.
Right. We got some good people from that.
But then they bring these mofos from Are You the One?
Who are you?
The fuck are you?
Who sent you?
Who sent you? Why are you here? Nobody wants to see you. You're messing up my challenges.
Right.
I'd rather have, you know, the OGs, Johnny Banana, CT. Come on. Like, even Cara Maria. She gets on my nerves, but I'd rather see her than somebody from Are You the One?
I'd rather see Tanya.
Right? I remember Tanya. Remember Veronica?
I was just about to say Veronica.
Veronica was that fight she got in that one show, the Gauntlet, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh my God. See, classics. But let me tell y'all something about this fine man. He looks like a god.
An Adonis.
There we go. That's more. And he has dreads. Yes, dreads. And they're like, sorry for like the super description, But he has like, it's like brown.
Yeah.
Like brown, light brown dreads.
Yeah.
His skin is like milk.
Yeah.
Mocha latte. Smooth, no pimples, no wrinkles.
Everything.
His eyebrows is on point.
Right. But it doesn't even look like he arches them or anything. It looks like
it's just
naturally it's perfect on my face, like every other piece of being on his body. Just perfect.
And he has good teeth.
Yes.
A wonderful smile.
He wears glasses sometimes.
And he wears glasses sometimes.
Which is even better.
I know. And then he was such a sweetheart with the one girl. What was her name?
Goucher. I don't know if I'm saying it right, and I've seen all the episodes.
That's Uche.
Uche. Sorry.
I think she's Igbo or something.
I just called her douche. Like the fans.
I think she's Igbo or something like that. And even with him, he was just like so respectful, so nice.
Right.
Just, and she was nice little chocolate thing. So he likes, chocolate women. He like, I don't know if he's mixed or whatever, but he's like a mocha latte color. Or
and you see a guy that looks like that, and you're like, okay, I know I'm gonna see or come across something about you that's like, ugh. And so far this season, just nothing. Like,
and on top of that, he wears a scarf to keep his dreads on point. And some of y'all be like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? The fact that I wear bonnets and scarves and stuff at night to bed is
we could match.
We could match bonnets, his and her bonnets. Like, come on now. You wear yours, I wear mine. I don't have to worry about you telling me to take off mine because you ain't take off yours.
It's all fun and games till his is dirty and you use yours and then you assed out for the night. But he could do that.
So the only reason I watch this stupid show is to see Clinton every week. Now that we're done talking about Clinton, I will tell you why this show is stupid.
I think it's stupid, but
fun to watch.
Yes, and actually a little useful. But I'll get to that after.
So the premise of the show is that you have these love experts have picked and matched couples based on their expertise, but all the people don't know who their match is. So they have to go through the process of going through each individual person and seeing if they're a match. If everyone's a match, they split $1 million. And all that kind of stuff. So that's the premise of the show. But then you get people who hook up like, ooh, I like you. Mm-hmm. And it's day one. And they find out they're a match. And they're crying. Like they've been married for 4, 5, 6
like
years.
Really catching feelings. I'm like, on TV?
And then when they're not a match, they're like, and they try to go to the next person. Usually the women are like, fuck that bitch, you over here clinging on to him.
You told me you wouldn't hook up with nobody in the house. Like, it's I'm on a show to find my soulmate. It's been established that we are not a match. So at this point in the game, we are supposed to go our separate ways and find our match. Right. So the reason why I think it's interesting, I probably won't be watching it after this season, just to be honest, unless there's a Clinton 2.0 out there. But I think it's interesting because even dating in real life, a lot of us, you know someone ain't your match.
Yeah, this is true.
And yet, and somehow, like, you know the type of guy or the type of girl that, like, you need to stay away from, but somehow that is the same thing that you still tend to gravitate to. Right. So for me, it's just interesting, like, to see it on TV and to see, like, it actually be, like, there's a big machine that says, no match. And
with beams and lights.
Yeah, it's like you're in a house with your potential soulmate, and it's already been established this person is not your match. But instead of you being like, you know what, I'm about to be smart, win this money, and go get my man or girl, you still stuck on somebody that's not your match.
And they usually gravitate to the person that they're usually used to dating. So it's like if they put like little descriptions like man eater or pushover to each person.
Yeah.
And so when you see their titles, I'm like, well, they're pretty much the titles kind of go together. So that means they're not a match.
Right.
And
So,
then they're probably young too.
I think they are.
They're
like
21, 22, 23, maybe 25 tops.
Right. My only discrepancy with this show, this season, is that there is a guy there that I don't think producers need to be matching Kareem, because he has a anger problem, and he rubs me as the type of man that would like be screaming and yelling, and because you didn't have breakfast ready on time, he would slap the fuck out of you, and then be
that's
like,
not even like joking. He really gets.
He has an anger problem.
His blood vessels will be popping through his like temples and stuff. He pretty gets mad if you breathe the wrong way.
Yeah.
So he had somebody, they weren't a match. Or no, it wasn't that they were not a match.
Yeah, she told him that she was like, well, there is someone else that I could be a match with, and I do kind of like him, so I'm going to see what happens. They hang out and they kiss, and I guess she tells him, so he doesn't find out from somebody else and his feelings is hurt. He literally, like, got all mad and pissed off, interrupted their date, through a table, and it was
through a table, then got pissed again that they kissed again. And all that kind of stuff. But I would never fuck around with a guy like Kareem.
No, not at all.
Kareem needs anger management.
Yeah, producer should step in.
He needs some kind of pills to calm him the fuck down.
I think he's doing cocaine like in one of the rooms behind the scenes. Like,
where did he put the cocaine at when he got in the house? I think they do drug tests and stuff when you go.
I'm not even gonna say where I thought he could.
That's
neither here nor there.
That's not this type of show. But anyway, yeah, that's the premise of that show.
Check it out if you want. If you're not,
if you want to see Clinton's fine ass and see what we're talking about, I highly suggest you do that.
Wednesday nights, MTV.
You want to say a time?
I think it's 10.
Check your local listings.
Right.
Okay, anyway, let's move on. This is going to be really short and sweet because the show, oh my God, it just drives me nuts. I love it, Hip Hop New York. Now,
yeah, it's going to be quick. Nothing to say
I just don't, oh my God. So, I don't like this show, and I tell you why. Now, I kind of only really watch it really because of Remy Ma and now Little Mo. And only because of those two, because they're like OGs in the game.
Actual hip hop
Actual
artists.
People that I have a record. Right. I know the songs. Right. I knew these people from the early 2000s.
Their job title fits the title of the show.
Exactly. Which it was in the beginning. It was in the beginning. Now, you realize that the only OG is Rich. That's it.
Yeah. Yan,
Yandy's not an OG. She came like season two.
Yeah.
And she wasn't official until like a couple seasons later. And Rich still doing his dog dirty stuff. Like I
thought the diabetes helped him. I'm not even gonna lie, and I know diabetes is nothing.
Can be serious, yes.
But like when he did his little intro, was like, I went to the doctor because I wasn't feeling good. I was invested. I was like, "What's wrong, Rich?" I got all close to the.
You need a doctor.
I got all close to the TV. He's like, "I found out I had diabetes." Nigga.
Wait, it remind you of Tyrese's post when he was like, "Yeah, I've been in the hospital, and you know, I had to deviate or something." It's like, really, nigga? Like,
really?
Like, Negro, you had a deviated septum, and you put all these posts like you about to die, you have cancer, or something like that. But I mean, it was just kind of funny because it was just like this whole, and you know, I'm loving. They have these productions. Like this full-on productions when they're introducing or have this super trailer for the new season or whatever. But I watched this episode from last night because we are recording this on a Tuesday.
You better than me.
And I wasn't really paying attention too much. I was kind of, doing my business stuff. So, only thing that really shot out to me that was, I guess, not serious was little Mariah Lynn
I'm so tired.
getting in a fight with Sophia Body.
Which she said, I'm the most something recognizable video vixens. Ho, I ain't never seen you. I know Melissa Ford. I know Superhead. I know Buffy the Body.
But maybe she's like the newer generation video
where the
girl.
videos is only on YouTube.
Because I highly think that she's younger than us. No. All the ones that we know are older than us.
Right.
And we are 30 and about to be 30. So,
right. Well, anybody younger than us can't even really call themselves iconic because
the iconics are already...
Yeah, it's like videos ain't even...
Videos actually aren't a thing like they used to be.
You are only one of like 4 to 5 artists.
Like, Ye barely bought TRL back. So, what else was music videos really playing? BET?
She done did 2 French Montana videos, and she just... I'm the most recognizable.
I just really care about what's on iTunes. But anyway, that was neither here or there. I think it was stupid. I get annoyed that the guy keeps calling himself James R.
What's the R for? Rodriguez?
Ridiculousness?
I just want to know.
I don't know. He's like, yeah, this stupid Mariah Lynn. I'm James R. It's like, what?
Like, are all New York men like, no.
I know. No, they're not. I've met some New York men and they've been pretty chill, so... Anyway, but one thing that really got stuck out to me was the conversation that Juju had with Remy Ma. Remy Ma pretty much was saying that she was going to start her IVF with her husband, Papoose. They've been trying to get pregnant. They were pregnant the season before, but unfortunately she had a miscarriage, and it was a... I think it's called a topic pregnancy?
Yeah.
Whereas in her tubes. And now she already had this when she was much younger, so she already lost one of her fallopian tubes, so then she lost the second one. So their only mode of being able to get pregnant is through IVF, which is not cheap. It's very expensive. It's very challenging. Hormone changes, needles, extractions.
Find me.
It's a lot of stuff to go through IVF. Point me to the nearest surrogate. Yeah. So Juju kind of like... are you ready to, sometimes it doesn't work the first time. Some people go through IVF 2, 3, 4 times before they have, a successful pregnancy. Because even when they do the embryo, it doesn't stick, So, and then that's when Juju was like, I actually went through this process and it was very touching and like one of those things where a lot of women do go through it and they don't want to talk about it because there's such an argument of, if you can't have kids naturally, then you're not a woman. If you don't give birth by vaginal instead of C-section, you're not a woman. And it's just one of those things like a lot of women will be touched by that.
Yeah. I wish I
But everything else in this show is fucking stupid.
It's pretty trash. It's between Yandy's recycled storyline, just Mariah Lynn and the whole her situation, the Bianca situation, the Dream Doll situation, I guess, show hop if you can. Yeah, it's just, I'm completely tuned out. I will just watch my clips on Best Friend and Chill with Kendall.
Hi, Kendall. If you ever listen, we love you.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that would be the best way. Because it's more entertaining that way to watch Kendall.
I hate to say it, but I can't give them a full hour of my life.
Yeah.
Not this season.
Anyway, moving on. So, we're going to go to, I actually like this show more than Love and Hip Hop because it's more of like, you didn't give me a casserole or unless you fuck my man. So, so Real Housewives of Dallas had their second
those
reunion.
Those white women.
The country ones.
Oh.
Okay. So this one will be really quick because it was just the ending of the whole season. It was the second season for Dallas. And the second part, it was kind of where Carrie's husband was there pretty much trying to get his side of the story or his explanation of how he felt based off of Leanne's allegations, which were, and I quote...
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Which were... I heard he gets his dick sucked at the roundup, and I know the boys who did it. So, The Roundup is like a gay country bar, like in Dallas. And she know the boys who did it. So, this man, he's metrosexual. He likes shopping. He likes all that kind of stuff. So he has been, trash all over social media for being gay. And, Carrie had an affair with him, with his first wife and all that. So he was there. Leanne didn't like it because she allegedly was told that no husbands can be there. Now, with the history of that is Real Housewives, there's always husbands. Always. So to say that they can't come and then they invite one, I highly, highly doubt that that's what they were told.
Yeah.
But that's what the one thing was. And but I'll say this. Leanne is crazy. I don't care if you don't put your hands on people. You know what I mean? When you are getting in people's face, screaming in people's faces, getting glass, throwing the glass and all that at your engagement party, I believe, and say, I'm going to cut you. Or and stuff like that. Like, it's serious.
Yeah, I didn't watch this season. I've seen about the last 2 or 3 episodes. She seems like she has some issues, as does about, a good 90% of the other housewives. But something wasn't right up there. And, I would say, like, the other women, I will say that certain housewives, they know who to, like, try certain stuff like that with. Because I forgot the lady who she was even doing all that with, but she was, like, talking to her, getting all in her face, and it's like...
That's Carrie.
Now, had Carrie would have just got up and just slapped the fuck out of you, or took one of the glasses that you threw and just, cut your ass, you would have been sitting there pulling a Kenya Moore. There's no reason for violence.
You shouldn't put your hands on anybody.
So, yeah.
Bitch, you were in my face. I have the right to do whatever I want to because you're in my personal space.
I don't like the invasion of personal space.
No. Like, you can't say, well, I never put hands on anybody. Look, you are in somebody's personal space. Now, however they react, it's on them, yes. But don't sit there and act like you can do anything you want to do in my personal space, and I'm not going to do nothing.
Yeah.
So she like Kenya. We'll get to that in a minute. But so and the new housewives, Deandra's cool. The only reason why I really like Deandra because she is the only one that really called out Leanne for like. She called somebody to see you next Tuesday. She's like, we do not say that in my house. We do not say that in my house.
You can't say cunt?
No, apparently not in her house.
Oh, okay.
And she does tell Leanne, like, you cannot talk about people behind their back. Like, if that's their marriage, that's their marriage. Stop talking about their marriage. She's very, like, you can't do that, Leanne. With that being said, I personally cannot have someone that I have to constantly tell them about their behavior over and over and over again. I'm not your mother.
Yeah.
You need to be able to have those reflections on your own.
Right.
But I like Deandra overall. Cameron,
Is that the one with the pink dog
She
food?
talks like this, and she has pink dog food.
Okay, yeah.
And, you're blonde, you get what you want, and we live in this zip code in Dallas. So
Still Dallas.
Right. Like, whatever.
Okay.
She's highly irritating. She got mad because she was chased with a black dildo. A black dildo named Sexy Chocolate or something like that. It was pretty funny. But she was saying it was trashy, and you just don't do things like that. You have to be like women. Yeah, it was kind of like Mean Girl. Well, not she was a mean girl, but she sounded like
Gretchen Wieners?
Gretchen Wieners.
And none for Gretchen.
Yeah, and none for Gretchen Wieners. But anyway, that's pretty much how it ended. I mean, Brandy and Stephanie are back friends, which I like. I like those two together. They're really super goofy. Something I would do. The things that they do is something I would do. But, that's enough for Dallas. Congratulations, Leanne, on your engagement.
That bitch got a man before me. Crazy and all. I'm telling telling you, no more Mrs. Nice.
Well,
B.
she is like 52.
God damn, that's depressing.
So we still got her beat, I guess you can say
Right.
that. So
All right.
So that brings us on to our other cast on the West Coast.
Woo.
The original Housewives.
Yes.
OC.
Good old Orange County.
They had their season finale.
Love those white women.
I do love those white women. So, these are the ones who are upset that they didn't get a casserole when they were sick and not because their husband was fucked. So that's the reason why I don't like New York, because it's like, you fucked my man and, you know, you had a baby on me. And like, can we just have something that's like, oh, you didn't bring me casserole. I'd rather
a little lighter.
Yeah, just a little lighter. It's just like too dark over there on the East Coast over there. But it ended with Megan had a launch party for her King collection for her candles. All right. Yeah,
Like
so
those
King
candles.
is her maiden name, and also her daughter Aspen's middle name. And so she already had a candle line with her husband. And so they usually have this big event for the finale. And Peggy, I like Peggy. I did in the beginning. After a while, she got on my damn nerves.
I was never fond of Peggy. I could tell by like the first or second episode with her, I was like, something about you you don't fit with them.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know maybe because I think out of all of the Housewife franchises, Orange County, they are more, probably like the most fun and carefree and stuff. And it just seemed like she has like this really uptight personality. And I was like, okay, I get it. You know, you're rich and you have money and this family. Okay, that's great. But I was like, something about your personality I just don't like. And
yeah,
sure
it's part of it's culture.
Yeah.
Because she's Armenian.
But never mind. We can't go there. But okay, yeah.
Part of it's culture because she's Armenian. There's
Yeah.
some things that she just wouldn't do because that's not what a Armenian woman does. I'm just saying. Right. Not those women.
Right.
We ain't talking about those women.
I know. That's neither here nor there.
Night and day.
That's neither.
Those, they spread legs
Yeah.
and eagle and all that kind. We ain't talking about them.
Right.
We're talking about this nice, well,
UCLA graduate.
there we go. I feel some of it has to do with
Yeah.
that she's an Armenian woman, married woman. Culturally, it's just, you know, they have fun differently.
Yeah.
Because at their 22nd anniversary with her Deco, she had fun. She threw a plate down and danced and like all that kind of stuff. Had hookah.
Yeah.
Like, whose parents really have hookah at their anniversary?
Yeah.
And belly dancers and all that kind of stuff. That's their version of fun. So they might not whoop it up and like all that.
Look, if you want to OC, you have to whoop it up.
If you're on Vicky, you kind of have.
Yeah.
That's like a requirement, like to whoop it up and all that kind of stuff.
She lasted through the season, barely.
What I don't like about Peggy is like she likes to have assumptions and doesn't get all the answers before she tried to like go off on somebody. Because that's what she did in Ireland.
Yeah.
They were laughing in the room after a huge argument, and Peggy said that she thought that they were laughing at her.
And they weren't. They were laughing about
Tamara Peter Pants.
Tamara, yeah.
And they were laughing at that, and Vicky was there, and she made it seem like she was calling Megan a bad mother. She's like, Megan, your baby is crying for 10 minutes.
Because babies don't cry late at night.
And she was like, why are you talking about my child? Everybody was like, she's doing like a time crying thing. She's like trying to train her or whatever, which, you know, our skin folk don't really do that. But I know that there are people do that. So she made it seem that she's a bad mom. She apologized or whatever, said that she didn't mean to say that. What she really meant was like she just got up because she heard her crying. She didn't know what was going on, and she heard them laughing and thought that they were laughing at her. It's like, no one, first of all, who cares that much about you to laugh at you when you leave the room?
Right. You're not that... you're not that big of a punchline for me to be laughing at you 20 minutes later. And you were standing outside the room listening to them laugh. So
and
it's like,
recorded them like a little punk bitch.
And it's like, if you really felt some type of way, you could have walked in there and been
at
like,
that moment,
what y'all
like,
laughing at?
Exactly. But she never did that. She never said, what were you guys laughing at? She never went in at that moment. She recorded like a little punk, stayed in her room the whole next day when they're supposed to go shopping and stuff. Like, I don't want to talk to you. And then gets mad at the Viking dinner. And she leaves. She's like, I'm going to leave by myself in my own car, in my own jet.
That's cool.
That's fine.
Do you? Can I come? I mean, since you just going in jets. And stuff.
And all that kind of stuff. But I whatever.
Yeah.
And Peggy and Shannon got into it. Now, I love Shannon.
Yeah.
I really do. I think we would have a bomb-ass time together.
Right.
She's a lot of fun. But she's been very emotional.
Very. Taking
some things out of proportion.
Right.
I understand where she's coming from. I just feel like how she's doing is a little bit kind of over the top a little bit.
Yeah, this season, we know really what's the root cause of it, but she's just very like, oh my God, like over the top. Right. And I know now that like she's going through her divorce and everything, I'm hoping like if she comes back to the show next season, we see a more lighter Shannon. But yeah, this season it was definitely a lot going on, and you could tell with her emotions. And
between things going with her husband, she had a weight gain and made her very, have some insecurities on top of the allegations from Vicky about her husband being abusive towards her and putting hands on her. It was later found out that pretty much Vicky just interpreted the call the way she wanted to and just said, oh, he was beating on you. And not saying, I think she's just said something like, we just had a horrible fight or something like that. And she just kind of telephoned the situation into, he put his hands on you. Like, you can't do that.
I mean, I guess it makes the TV show a little better when stuff like that happens, but I feel like, especially at their age, it should be common sense that you don't just make statements like that.
They're all, except for Lydia, is like 45 plus. So at some point you have to be like, okay, you are at a woman of a particular age. Right. And you just have to have some couth.
Yeah, a little.
Into some of the things that you do and say.
Right.
Now, Orange County is, especially different parts in Orange County, is really expensive.
Very.
And so, Coda de Casa, now, we've been, or tried to get into Coda de Casa.
You not just driving up in there.
It is a fortress. There is security there 24/7. You have to have, like, either the pass or be on the guest list.
They want your license
plate, the copy of your driver's license, like
your social,
plate,
your blood
your blood type, your social security number, your credit score. Mm-hmm. They want everything to get up in there.
They want the name of the hair company that you get your bundles from. Like they want everything.
Yeah, it's hard. So that's one area we were just like, when we were living in California. We were based in Vegas now. But it was, we like, I don't know, we have this fascination of trying to get in the gates of like these really expensive communities.
Right. I almost broke down a gate the other day going through one. That was by accident.
That really was by accident. You didn't try.
No, but God, the scene.
But we did get behind some gates last week.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We saw, how much was the house? It was under $1 million, but
it was 800,000.
It was 899,
yeah.
999. But it was only because they changed it to auction status.
Yeah.
Anyway,
really nice.
So one of the other places, Shady Canyon, we actually been in there. Mm-hmm. We saw open house for a $15 million house and almost $9 million house, and that's where Megan King Amos was trying to get into,
but she got denied. So I want to know what's going on with those finances, because when she said it a few seasons ago, she's like, "Yeah, we were trying to get the house in Shady Canyon." Yeah,
she just said Shady.
We were trying to get Shady Canyon. We was like, "Rewind that shit, bitch! You couldn't get in."
She's like, "But things didn't work out." I said, "Oh my God, what do you mean?" We
What's
got
going
it
on?
shady in it. I mean,
Let
it
me
was for like
guess.
an hour or two, but
Right. Let me guess. You have to go live in Quail Hill. Okay.
oh, outside the gate.
No offense to anyone who does live on Quail Hill. Beautiful homes.
Beautiful homes. but anyway, we're kind of getting sidetracked
Yeah.
here. But Kelly, she has been really going through it with her husband
Yeah.
since her first season.
Yeah.
Pretty much had a very hard marriage. They were going through a nasty divorce. And I guess they wound up pulling it together and they wound up getting back together. And now they've just been doing this up and down, up and down, up and down since then. And it seems like she doesn't want to be a part of the marriage anymore. She feels like he's very controlling. They're two A-type personalities and they just clash, and he's boring. He doesn't want to do anything. I'm going to get out of the house. Like, I can't stand it. He's just so nasty and all the kind. Now, Lord have mercy. If you guys have seen Kelly since she's been on the show, she is one of the most nasty spewing individuals I want to say in road history. And I thought that was Brandy Glanville.
Yeah, she got Brandy beat.
She got Brandy beat.
Because
See,
at
next
least
Tuesdays.
Brandy will be like, she'll do something and then she just will want to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly is kind of, yeah, I said it. And then
I ain't apologizing for it.
And then you really got to break it down to her like, no, this is why you're wrong. And it's like, well, I'm not wrong, but I guess I'll apologize.
For example, last season, people that do watch the show know that Tamara's oldest daughter, I want to say it's her oldest daughter, they have not spoken since her divorce from Simon, and it's been really, really hard for her. And when they were on their trip the last season, she's like, no wonder your daughter doesn't talk to you.
If Kelly starts a sentence with you that starts with
No wonder,
be ready to slap that bitch. 'Cause she's gonna say something that's going to hit
foul
below the
as
belt.
fuck, yeah.
Like, you could just confide in her about, your mom dying 2 days ago. She will get mad at you. No wonder your mom died. Like,
It's like, what?
a heart attack. What did that have to do with
Like, oh, I have,
Yeah,
she's, oh, and then she was like, first she was on Watch What Happens Live. No, first she said she was apologized for saying something about Shannon's weight.
Yeah.
But then she was on Watch What Happened Live. She was like, I don't regret what I said. Like, I'm not apologizing for it.
Yeah.
And then they got in an argument. She was like, keep eating. And it's like, oh my God. She's just like, she really, and she said that when she feels control or she feels like somebody's really trying to hurt her, she knows and she will go below the belt because she wants you to hurt 10 times more than what you have hurt her. Yeah. Now, I understand that there are people that do this. I understand that people have been through things in their life to where they do react like that. However, you are in your 40s.
Yeah.
You have no excuses.
Yeah. See, this is why I have a relationship with Heather, my therapist now, because I'm going to get these issues worked out. Because I see these women on all these shows that are 40 and 50, and you still got all these problems. And then a lot of y'all, well, they have all this money, and clearly, like, it doesn't help. And they just have all this baggage. And it's like, damn, that shit really sucks. Like, you're still mad about something that happened to you when you were 5 years old because your mom didn't buy you a lollipop. Now, every time you see somebody with a lollipop, you just want to be like, you fucking bitch.
I'm gonna get that bitch. Goddamn lollipop. Stealing all the shit.
Like, whoa, fix yourself.
It's not that serious.
Call Ayamla. Let's get it together.
You better fix your life, child.
But,
yeah, she's one of those. I thought Brandy Glanville would have been the worst.
Not at all.
But I don't even think she went as low as what Kelly has done.
Yeah. Which is actually surprising because Kelly hits very low. Mm-hmm. But when her and Peggy got into it, she did not hit nearly as low as I would have expected her.
She has been trying to get it together.
I was like, okay, she's trying.
Last season, it was just
It was don't bring her back.
No, yeah. Last season was like, don't bring her back. This time she was like, I really am apologizing. I just do things because I'm just so angry. I'm trying to work on it. Like, I guess it came quicker.
Yeah.
This go round as far as like trying to apologize and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I commend her for trying.
Yeah, trying is the first step.
But I will tell you, Kelly, if you ever listen to this, I think Peggy was annoying as fuck when Vicky had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, I was on your side.
Because I would have been like, if you don't leave me the hell alone. It was annoying, to say the least. I don't care what.
She was like, well, I watched my dad go to the hospital one time, and it was just very traumatizing. So I feel like I have to be. Bitch, we all
We've all had people in the hospital. Like, that doesn't mean that you are immune from getting into the medical professional's way.
Right.
To like, there's like, stay out of the room. You want to go in the room. Kelly wants to ask her question. You tell her to be quiet. It's like, you are not the queen nurse.
Of hospital visits.
Right. It's like, chill out. Like, we've all been through that situation. You just kind of let it run its course. I think she just took it too negative. Like, oh my God. Remember she was like, I don't know if you saw it. And then they were wheeling Vicky into the ambulance. And then Peggy was like, you're going to be okay. And then Kelly was like, what if she had a heart attack?
I remember that scene. She was like, you're going to be okay. No, she's not. She's having a heart attack.
That's like,
damn. Why are you going to the extreme? And then in the confessional, Lydia or Peggy, one of them was like, oh my God, Vicky's we have to go see about her. Like, this is really crazy. It's really sad. And Shannon, Megan, and Tamara and Kelly is in the room. We haven't eaten all day. We gotta go eat. Like,
they're gonna have somebody in the hospital anyway. So, I mean, but
pretty good season.
Yeah, it was a pretty good season. You know what? I just want to tell Miss Vicky Gunvalson, congratulations on getting your casserole. I know you've been wanting it for 12 seasons, and I'm just really proud that you were able to get a casserole for your illness. So congratulations. Brandon was like, you finally got your casserole, huh?
That's sad.
No, it's so funny. But anyway, it was brought up that Tamara still... She was invited to her daughter's graduation, which is a huge step. But in the little description on the end, it said they kind of got into it and fell out again. So it's really sad. I wouldn't know what it's like to not speak to your child for
I had
years.
Heard. Don't quote me. I did not do fact check. I just saw it somewhere and just was like, okay.
Allegedly.
Right, allegedly. Allegedly, yeah. That's going to be my new word on here.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, her daughter feels some type of way whenever Tamara even mentions her on the show. So I guess when Tamara's like, oh yeah, we're talking and everything, I guess allegedly it kind of makes her daughter feel some type of way. Like, it's a way to kind of keep her in on the show. So I guess if this is true, I guess Tamara's daughter is kind of like, look, I want us to make up, but I want no involvement whatsoever. I don't even want to be discussed.
Yeah.
So if that is true, I mean, then that's something.
I mean, I can definitely see it from a child's perspective.
Right.
Like your parent is on TV. You don't really talk to them, but they're constantly talking about you on
the
TV.
Situation.
But your situation at home is not all that great. Now, she is being honest about not speaking with her.
Right.
But, I mean, if I'm the child, I'm like, I don't care about this show. This is not something I care about being discussed. Like, we haven't seen what she looks like in a very, very, very long time, because when they were going through their divorce, I think it was a court order. Yeah. Like, they can't be on the show. So, I don't know what she looks like now, but... it's been going on for a long, long, long time. She said she didn't talk to her in almost 3.5 years by the time they started texting here and there.
Jesus.
So, and then you miss 15 to 18 years old. You're missing some milestones. So I see it from her perspective, but from Tamara's perspective, it can be like, I just want to let you know no matter what I'm doing, I'm thinking about you, and I want, to if you're not reaching, they're not texting or whatever. Well, this is the only other
means
I can at least try to at least talk to you,
and let you
or
know how I feel.
just let you know how I feel. So it's like it's really sad.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really sad. Hopefully they can work out something.
Yeah.
I mean, she was able to go to her graduation, so that was huge.
Yeah.
But that was the end of that season finale of the 12th season of the original Housewives.
Yes.
That is Orange County.
I'll be tuning in next season, ladies. You still have my attention. Not very many shows still do.
I wonder how much Vicky gets paid per episode.
Right. Because, in my opinion, regardless of, Roa and Nene and or all of them, no one, in my opinion, should be higher paid than Vicky Gunvalson.
Right.
Like, we've seen her kids grow up.
She's the OG.
Yes.
She's been there every single season. Not go and come back like
Right.
Bethany and Luann and all them.
Yeah.
It's straight 12 seasons. Over, I think they hit 1,000 episodes. Didn't they have like a special?
Yes.
And they had some of the other. Most of our insiders is from Vicky.
Yeah.
I never slept with multiple people. And
I never said you slept with multiple men. I said you were in bed with multiple men.
Like, I'm just so mad.
What are those ski goggles on?
You were my friend, my sister, my...
No one gets in the way of me and my man. Not me and my man.
Me and my man.
All right.
Yes, Vicky has a lot of one-liners that we like to say. But I've been watching Orange County since the very beginning when it was just a documentary, like a docu-series of some kind. It wasn't supposed to be this huge thing that it is now.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much the end of that, and we're gonna move on to Marriage Boot Camp. Now, this won't be that long.
Yeah.
I just kind of watch it, kind of like a fluffer.
Yeah, it's one of those shows you don't tune in faithfully, but when you just bored and like, what's on TV? And it's like, I ain't seen 3 seasons. Let me catch up.
Yeah, I usually watch like 3 or 4 episodes at a time. Like, oh yeah, I forgot about it and all that kind of stuff.
It's a good filler.
It is a good filler. This season we have Megan, who was on Bad Girls Club and Basketball Wives LA with her boyfriend. We have Basher in Paradise, Julia, and something. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I don't know those people. And
not familiar.
We have fucking Amina and Peter Guns. You know they went on there for a check.
I would hope for Amina's sake it was like, okay, $30,000. I can...
Right. You
just
have...
pays my rent for a year.
Right. You have Kale... Well, Kaylin, but I think she likes to be called Kale. And Javi from Teen Mom, too. And then I feel like I'm missing someone. Asafa and Bobby.
Yes. Good old Shaws of Sunset.
Now, we're going to start off with Asafa and Bobby. They're some of the most beautiful people I've seen. Like, Asafa's really pretty.
Yeah.
Bobby's really handsome. He's
Persian,
really,
right?
Yeah, Persian. They're from Shaws of Sunset. Yeah. And... Beautiful teeth.
Yeah.
And just they're white.
White.
Yeah, it's like just really, sparkly. They're like looking at them, they are really nice looking couple.
Yeah. However.
Oh my God. But they argue about anything and everything. They've been on and off for over 8 years. We even see some of their stuff when I watch Shaws of Sunset.
Yeah.
So it was something where it's like they were really going at it, and they even said like, "Oh yeah, we're going back and forth, and we're back together." And then they talk about marriage, and she said she doesn't want to get married, and they break up. They were doing this on and off for 8 years.
Girl, your energy.
It's just like I can't. It's just too much to, and it's like he's just as guilty because he lets it happen. Apparently, I think Asafa said that he's the one that really breaks up, but then you allow her to come back.
Right.
So you are just as guilty of what's going on as she is.
It just makes me mad because all these toxic relationships is just sitting here, sticking around, and I can't even just find somebody that I consistently like. Like, so is this what I have to do? Do I have to just engage myself in a toxic unhealthy
be bitchy and like
right, emasculate a man.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Not try.
Well, maybe.
I mean, them bitches on Bridezilla was getting their men. So.
Right. Try something new.
I don't know.
It's a new year. New year, new me.
New year.
Please don't say that shit.
I don't want to see any social media posts from any of my friends. I don't care how close we are. If I see one New Year, new me BS, I am unfollowing you.
Yeah, I'm tired of it.
I just know your new you started yesterday. You don't need
wake up January 2nd, still doing the same.
And if you say New Year, new me, all right, New Year's January 1st, right? So January 2nd, I'm like, you lost that weight yet?
Bitch, you know I ain't losing in one day. God damn it.
You got that business started yet?
Right.
You made your $1 million yet? Oh my God. Anyway, moving on.
Sorry.
So, and then, okay, Amina, you're a very pretty woman. You're a very beautiful woman. You are very talented. You have great kids. Why are you still dealing with this?
Why are you hanging on to it?
Why? I don't care if you're married. Your marriage started from a sham of a place to begin with.
No marriage means shit.
You can't just say, oh, we're married and think that, oh, because we are married, we have to stay in it. I'm
not even going to lie. I really think that there is an agreement between the three of them that they're just one big happy family and they create a drama type situation.
For the kids?
Yes, for the kids. For the kids. And also for ratings and stuff to be able to go back to these shows and stuff like that. There is no... and I haven't met no one that dumb, but I refuse to believe that her or Tara is that dumb to where all these seasons later, y'all are still having this tug of war for Peter Guns. Like, I have to believe that somewhere along the lines, y'all have sat down and said, okay, Monday through Wednesday for you, Thursday through Saturday for you, and Sunday is my rest day.
Sounds like big love.
Yes, I really think, like...
It would be much better if they just became... sister wives and
I have a feeling that's what it really is going on. And they were like, well, I mean...
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But they were like, well, but to keep the cameras around, we still need to create this drama type situation. And I mean, Peter is the only one that's still actually... I mean, Amina, she hasn't shown up this season. I mean, it just started. For New York. I don't think she's going to be on the... Well, because she's in L.A. Yeah. I don't know if she's going to make an appearance in Love and Hip Hop New York. I hope that she doesn't. Yeah. I hope that this boot camp is the last time that they will try... It's not even on Peter. Yeah. This is on her. Yeah. After a certain time... This goes for all women all over the world. So if you're listening, hear this and hear this well. Hear ye, okay? A man can only do you wrong so many times. Once it becomes a habit and you're still there, it's no longer his fault. He can go and fuck your mom and then get your sister pregnant.
Oh, my God.
If you're still there to play sister auntie, then it's your fault. Like, dang, sister auntie. Yeah.
You have to love yourself to know when it's time to be over. Play that little inspirational music back there. You have to know when to stop. I'm not saying this because I'm just trying to be like, tell people stuff or whatever. I've lived this.
Not that extreme.
No, nowhere that extreme. But I got to the point where I had to walk away for me and my happiness and my sanity and for the sake of my child. There's no reason why you have to put up with that, ring or no ring, marriage license or no marriage license. No. You don't need to put yourself through that.
I refuse.
Life's just to short. Say that you have a husband and then you have a tattoo on your side. Like, oh, I'm his wife now, bitch. How does that make you look good?
You're still getting dogged out. Still, nigga.
Just because by technical means you are the wife and she's the side chick, you're still the side chick that became the wife. And then he's still fucking her. And you know it. Y'all had babies that only, 8-9 months apart? Yeah. Y'all pregnant at the same time. And then you got mad because he got her pregnant and you got an abortion. and then you wind up still having a baby after the abortion. Yeah. Why are you putting yourself through that mental
That's why
anguish?
I'm like, something has to not add up. I'm like, y'all have to have some type of agreement or something. Like, I didn't heard of like some toxic shit on like TV and talk shows and stuff. And I'm like, there has to be something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm hoping after this marriage boot camp, like, this is the last that we hear of this whole situation.
Yeah, he even calls Tara, like, there. Now, I understand that she
for
is
the
a mother.
He's calling for the kids.
He uses that as an excuse.
Right.
But there's no reason to tell her, I love you, if you are at a boot camp and you're trying to save your marriage.
It's like he knows what buttons to push with both of them.
But yeah. It keeps on going.
Right.
So at some point you have to, you move to LA.
You need to start your life in LA.
But you still are married. You're still trying to salvage it. You're still trying to make him see he knows. He knows. He said it. His ways.
He said, I've done this to every woman I've been with. Sorry, your vag was not magical enough to make him change.
And you know what, women, stop thinking your vagina is like...
It's not.
The magical rainbow, because obviously it don't do none of these men for these men to act right. So
I'm praying for her a little bit.
All right, so let's move on. We have a little bit more, not too much longer.
This is fun.
It is. Tamar and Vince. Now, I watched the episode. It definitely starts off with October 24th, 2017. Tamar Braxton Herbert filed for divorce from Vincent Herbert in Los Angeles, California. Superior Court of Los Angeles County. Really? No, I didn't do all that. I just added all this stuff. But it starts off that, and then pretty much from where the show starts is 3 months prior to the filing of the divorce.
The cider is good.
Yeah, you took the last of it?
No, I'm not that type of woman.
All right, she's not that type of woman. B will not take the last drop, all right? It's all you men out there. I'm just kidding. But anyway, let's go back. Tamar and Vince. It starts off, Vince looks amazing. He's lost 100 pounds. He had the gastric sleeve, so it's not a full-on gastric bypass, but they just pretty much cut your portion out of your stomach. And he lost 100 pounds. Now,
that's good.
As an extra fluffy woman myself, I commend him for doing the surgery. I don't think I can do it myself. I've been struggling with trying to figure out, do I want to do it? I just rather do it on my own. Is it a struggle? Yes. But I don't want to be forced to not eat stuff. I want to have snacks sometimes. I want to be able to just do it on my own.
Yeah.
But I commend him for doing it. I'm too chicken to do it. And he lost 100 pounds. Now, when you are big, you have skin. You have a lot of weight. So when you lose that weight,
you gotta have money.
You don't get the natural snap back. It just hangs.
You gotta have money for the skin removal.
So, well, no, not necessarily.
Really?
No,
unless insurance.
Insurance, because if it leaves rashes and all that kind of stuff, it's deemed medically necessary to remove the skin. So if you have your doctors code it right, then it'll be covered. You just pay the copay of all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you can have it medically done without paying it. It's not necessarily all cosmetic. But I understand where he's coming from. And definitely once I lose all the weight, because it will happen, I probably might need it. I don't know. But what I was upset about, I wouldn't say upset, a little offended. I understand he had a medical condition with his clots, his blood clots. He really had, I think she said he was in the hospital for 40 days and 40 nights. Don't look at me like that. That's what she said.
Oh, okay.
That's what she said, not me.
That sound like a movie.
40 days and 40 nights.
I think it was with Josh Hartnett. Okay. That's neither here nor there.
And it was very scary. It was on the show.
Yeah.
It had blood clots. It was in New York. I think they were in New York for business or whatever. He wanted being there for a long time. So she was concerned. That part I understood. The part I didn't appreciate was her saying like, well, how you know the skin not going to pop back if you don't work out? Chick, you are a skinny woman.
Right.
You have no idea what it is like to lose 100 pounds, be happy that you lost weight, but you still can't wear certain clothes because you have, as Vince said, a tire around your stomach. You have, I think you said 20 pounds of skin
I couldn't imagine.
Hanging.
And if you've ever seen Vincent Herbert, you know he's a big man. He's a big, he was a big fluffy teddy bear. So.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, Jesus.
And so I was cool with it until she had to talk about, well, you know, you should just love yourself for who you are.
But did you say that before your various face surgeries? Because let's just be real. You don't look like Tamar Braxton 20 years ago.
Funmi did not say that, so
I did. B, the letter after A. I said it. That's what she said.
No, you know, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny.
Did you say Shrek?
I can't. We have a lot of insiders, so I hope you guys really catch on. If you guys know where I can't confirm or deny comes from, you get fucking brownie points. Right. I will send you something in the mail, maybe. I don't know. Something. But I can't confirm or deny that she's had any of these things done. I know she had a deviated symptom, maybe.
Right.
Tyrese.
Right.
But I didn't like it.
Yeah.
You could have stopped that. I'm really concerned with your health. Yeah. You did not have to keep on going to, well, you should love yourself for who you are, and, well, how do you not know that skin not going to snap back? Really?
Never mind. I am a Christian woman today, and I will not say that.
Today.
But go ahead.
Today. Okay. She said today.
You don't know what might come out my mouth tomorrow.
Oh, okay. But, and Tamar had a concert or a show. I wouldn't even say a concert. It was a show. I'm just saying, it was at Union LA.
Shade.
That wasn't shade. It wasn't a concert.
Shady boot size 9. Okay?
Bitches 10. Get it right. I'm just saying, it wasn't a it was a show. A show is like, you know, Club Nokia. Well, it's not Club Nokia anymore. It's Microsoft's bullshit. What you call it? What's another place? Saban Theater in LA. There's some other venue, the SOL venue in Carson, California.
The shit out of luck venue? SOL, that's what I thought. And I know I'm not the only one.
Sammy just performed there like
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, it wasn't a concert.
All right,
it was a little stage.
It was a little show.
On a little stage. And it was after her BT performance, so she was off that high. You know, it was a good performance. I didn't care for it. But it was a good performance, you know, so she wanted to, like, go off that high. And the sound was bad. The dancers was missing.
Ooh, why you sound like her?
Because that's what she was like, there's a problem, and the dancers didn't show up. And I'm like, well, why?
Right, why? How
that happened?
How?
And but every time the sound would go off, she turned around and looked the people behind the sound, I don't know, the engineer or whatever, up and down like she was disgusted. And I was like, okay, it's one thing for you to be upset. I know I would be, but I don't know. I just feel like it was a bit much.
Right. You better just be professional, keep singing, and do like Beyonce did and incorporate in the lyrics of her song, somebody's getting fired, and keep on going.
She was even saying, I'm pissed, like, while she was singing, like, dancing by herself on a little bitty ass stage. Was
it a box stage, a 4x4?
It looked like it. Oh. So that's why I said it was a show and not a concert. Okay? I'm hot. All right, moving on.
That's what she said. I wasn't there, so I can't confirm or deny. Okay, yeah, Tamar, I loved her first album, Well,
not the one from the
Love and War.
90s.
I loved Love and War. Clarification. But her attitude, her sisters for putting up with it and being like, well, despite the fact that I don't like you,
their whole lives,
I'll still be there for you. You better than me. Because about 10 years ago, it would have been like, Tamar, who? Not in my world. But yeah, her attitude is just really bad.
It gets kind of draining.
It does.
At first, it was like, oh, haha, she funny. And now it's like, dude, you've been doing this for like how many seasons of Braxton's? How many seasons of Tamar and Vince? And then you on the Real doing it. I was just,
yeah, I was kind of actually a little happy when she got fired. I didn't wish for her to get fired. And I say this because you should say
you did not miss her being
gone.
I
didn't miss her. But I will say this because there was an episode when Tamar was not there and they had Chili from TLC fill in. And I remember that episode being like the first episode where everybody could talk. Jenny Mai could actually say a sentence without Tamar cutting her off. And to be quite honest, if it ever were to come out like that Jenny Mai was like the one that had something to do with Tamar getting fired, I wouldn't even be mad because you could tell. Yeah, because you could tell the way like Tamar interacted with like Jenny Mai. Like she could never talk, couldn't get a word out. It was just like, And I just remember watching that episode with Chili and being like, wow, so this is what the show is like when it's not Tamar. Like, I don't miss her that much. I mean, it sucks how it happened. And I did hear that she was supposed to get her own, like, spinoff show. So I was like, well, maybe that'll be better where it's a show where it's just her because it doesn't seem like her being on the stage with 4 other women was really for her.
Anyway.
But
I mean, that's pretty much it. There's not much going on. It was the first episode of Tamar and Vince, so we'll see where it goes. I saw the clip for the rest of the season. It's just
gets worse and worse.
It just seems real messy. Like, it just seems all over the place. Seems messy. It just seems like feel like it shouldn't be a season of Tamar and Vince. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It should be a bit, some things that, I don't know, but that family is pretty open about everything. So then again, I don't know. But anyway, on to the next. This is going to be very short because I don't know if I caught the latest season. I think I did catch the latest season in New Jersey. I think it comes on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So I won't be able to watch it until tomorrow. So on the last episode, I'm going to say this. Siggy, Soggy, Flicker. I'm tired of your childlike behavior. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I would be embarrassed.
And she's like a therapist or something.
Isn't she supposed to be a dating expert?
Yeah, dating expert. But I think she also does do some therapy. Allegedly. Don't quote me.
Don't quote me on that.
If I was her client, I'd be like, per your last episode I seen you on, I want my money back.
Right. I don't need your services.
Yeah.
You're a sham. But the sticking out of the tongue, the pretending to hit people, I'm not over it. What did she call? She said, you have to be one of the ugliest people in the world to be making fun of me for Soggy. Now, Margaret had an emotional moment because she was talking to Dolores about how her stepchildren do not speak with her because she left their father for her current husband.
Oh, I was about to say for her cousin. I was about to say, well, you know what? That would put some distance between.
No, not the cousin, the current cousin.
I was about to say, shit,
and that was pretty emotional.
Yeah.
So when Dolores relayed the conversation to Siggy, because Dolores and Margaret kind of, mended things, this Soggy bitch. So she can be emotional and I can't? She was talking about her children that don't talk to her.
Yeah.
And you're upset because she called you Soggy because you cry all the time? How do you compare the two?
I'm convinced some of these women on these shows, like, despite your money that you have or even your success, y'all don't have much going on with your lives. Because I understand, like, you're on a TV show, so you kind of have to bring the pizzazz to, you know, get your check in your reoccurring role. But I'm like, some of the stuff, well, a lot of the stuff that people make big ass deals about on these shows, I'm like, you must not have anything else going on in your life to even want to entertain something like this. But, you know, I guess it keeps the people watching.
She's not shit out of me. That's all I'm gonna say. She was a bit much last season. This season it's too much.
I've watched some episodes this season. I was just kind of turned off by New Jersey because I felt like in order to be on the show, you kind of had to kiss Teresa Giudice's ass, and I just got tired of it.
Giudice? I don't know which one is it.
Giudice. You know what? Fuck it. Giudice.
Sounds like Judas. Oh, Lord mercy.
But yeah, I've been getting back into it, and it's...
And I don't think Melissa and her will ever really,
No, you
really,
can tell. That's...
The remarks that she's made towards Melissa, like, it will never
It's
be.
like they only get along if Melissa is her yes man. Like, don't you dare tell her something she don't want to hear. Don't you give her no type of advice.
No.
Don't you...
Because she'll throw the, like, who are you? You're not even a Gorga.
Right.
And I'm like, technically, you're not a Gorga either.
Right, you're a Judice. Never mind.
Judas.
No, I was about to say a criminal.
Well, she is a criminal. You gotta whisper that.
Jacqueline, well, you are a criminal.
Wait, oh yeah, because she gets into it with what's her name? The one with the boutique they always get into. Kim D.
Yeah, fucking.
She's
Kim.
like, you're the criminal. I'm not the one who just got out of jail. It's like, damn.
It's like you try to, because she tries so hard to be like, I was away, or she would tell her kids at camp.
I was at camp.
Bitch, this is not American Pie. You were not at band camp. Like, I'm at camp. No, bitch, you were in the pen. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much. So I probably watched the episode tomorrow that came on. I think it's tonight. But anyway, moving on.
Right.
We're almost done here.
Mm-hmm.
Rolla. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, sweet Jesus, I don't like Kenya.
No, yeah, that's a given.
There's just been way too many times where it's just like, what is she doing? She's just trying to get attention.
Right.
And I'm not even talking about relationship-wise.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about her constantly getting into it with other women, and it's for nothing.
I've been meaning to write a letter to Andy Cohen for about 4 years now over the fact that I'm tired of I think Atlanta is really the only ones that entertain it. I don't know if there's an underlying message about, like, you know, black women don't have husbands or something, but I am sick and tired of these single women getting on the Real Housewives of. Like, if you are not... It's housewives, so you should be somebody's wife.
At least being in a committed relationship.
At least a fiance, or, you know, well, we've been together for like 5 years or something. But, like, you bring nothing to the show.
So far, they brought Claudia Jordan, wasn't in a relationship. She was single. Kenya was single. Well, no. She was with Walter, I think. Or was she with him after she was in the show?
No, she alleged kind of that she moved to Atlanta to get more serious with their relationship.
So she don't count because that was the beginning stages.
Right.
Who else?
Technically, I mean, he was a sugar daddy, but Kim Zolciak was single.
This is true. But that was the very, 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 very
first
beginning.
Season, yeah.
And Atlanta is the third of the franchise.
Yeah.
So that
but
means...
it's like point being, because I know even like Eva's on this season.
She's making an appearance.
Yeah. But it's like, I'm really tired.
I think she was dating one of the people that was running for mayor for Atlanta.
Yes.
Or something like that on the political side. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm just tired of seeing these women who are not wives on The Real Housewives.
But the only one, you're right, because the only one that really does that is Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because when...
No one else does that.
What was the...
Brandy Blandville would be the only one, really, for another season. But her reason for being on there was kind of like, ooh, you are...
Oh, some drama.
Yeah, Leanne Rimes stole your man. You get on this camera.
Don't forget about Sheena was in there, too.
I see why she's there.
Yeah. And she was like, no, I need to concentrate on myself, I guess. I mean, she was kind of living her like, I'm just going to fuck everything and everyone as long as you're
be a drunk.
18 and over.
Right. But yeah.
There's not really other... what was the one in the first season of OC? The one with the dark hair, she was going through a divorce?
Not Lynn.
It started with a T. I feel like her name started with a T.
Tina... Not Gina.
Not Gina, but she was one of them. I forget. Her daughter is like kind of like biker chicks. Like, not biker chicks, but they wore like a black leather.
Yeah. I forgot her name.
But I guess she would be the original one?
Yeah.
But she was going through a divorce.
So that's one aspect of the house.
But yeah, Atlanta has the highest amount of...
Oh,
I'm just a girl in the world living in Atlanta, and doing my shit.
Yeah, make them a separate show. I didn't say they can't have a place on TV. You just shouldn't have a place that's called Real Housewives. Because even if I lived in Beverly Hills, had $10 million, and they like, you want to be on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? If I ain't got no husband or at least a relationship, no. Because I don't fit that title.
Right, no.
But,
I mean, if they pay you enough, they probably will. But anyway, Cynthia and Kenya got...
Trade.
What?
the only title
I trade
housewife
is wife. Hi, Luann.
Hey, girl, hey.
You been to the Regency lately? Oh,
shut up.
Anyway, money can't buy your class, and it can't buy your husband either. Well, it can. Sorry. Anyway, moving on.
Right. That's speaking of Kenya Moore.
Right, and that's what we're going to go into. Cynthia felt some type of way because Kenya eloped. I take that back. They didn't elope. That's not an elopement. You elope based on, surprisingly going somewhere and getting married out of the blue and no one is there. So you had people there.
Right. It was just a very small
You didn't
ceremony.
elope. You just didn't tell nobody except this amount of people. So that part was like really annoying. So Cynthia felt some type of way because she wasn't invited. She considers it a really close friend and she just felt some type of way. And Kenya was like, well, I mean, what did Kenya say? I don't remember. I don't like Kenya.
I don't either. She gave her some bullshit reason.
Pretty much saying that I didn't want drama or something like that.
Yeah, she kept it real small because she didn't want drama. If you're listening and you know what she said, feel free to put it on our social media.
Right.
But it was just something, it just didn't add up because, I mean, she also didn't invite her dad. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, I mean, you're only concerned with not inviting your dad was because he was going to have something to say. But then if you look at it, this is a man that you just met, and then you have had all these other really horrific relationship experiences. So, of course, as a dad doing his job, he's going to care and...
Yeah.
Unlike, your mom who could really give two shits about who, what, when, where, and how.
Unfortunately.
And that affects you very deeply. So I don't understand how you have these emotions.
I feel like when it comes to Kenya's dad, we saw how he handled the whole math situation. He's seen what he did towards his daughter. And I feel like her dad handled that in the most manliest man-to-man way. Respectful way that he could say, you know what, you're doing things you're not supposed to. You either shape up or ship out.
Mm-hmm.
So if he did that with that, and you're crying in the car on the phone,
right?
Your dad finds out you get married on social media,
yeah,
and then you're crying on the phone because all he said was be careful.
Well, I didn't want to hear those words.
And I don't want to get my future husband upset. Your father will always be there.
Right.
My dad will say, I don't like him. Just something, right. It's just I'm like, okay, well, you going to my wedding or not? Like, right. I want my dad there. Yeah. I want him to walk me down the aisle. I want him I want my father there.
Right.
You're supposed to be able to have your father hand you off to the next man.
Right.
It's not about, he still said, I want you to be happy. I just said to be careful. He didn't say anything. So you're pretty much like, well, I don't want anybody fucking up this situation with this man. If he
not even fucking it up, because not even like nobody's gonna come and just ruin the wedding. You didn't want to even hear no one even utter a word of like, are you sure? Is this really what you want to do? Like, you just
she didn't want to go through what Cynthia went through.
Right.
But Cynthia was like, okay, Mom, I hear you. Okay, sister, I hear you. I'm still gonna marry this man. Why can't you do that?
Right.
Because you're so insecure about the situation. You know that it's not right. Because I feel like she's always constantly wanting to be, I want this. I want this more than anything. Right. And she doesn't understand red flags. She doesn't understand that there's things that she really shouldn't be going forward.
Yeah.
Like, you get with a man
yeah.
who winds up breaking in your windows, spray painting your house, following you to another state, and all this kind of stuff. There had to have been something.
Right. And then
before
allegedly, she's been in a abusive relationship earlier in her life. Mm-hmm. So when that happened, I was just really like, okay, well, first you have this guard up with Portia that you're never going to let down because of her violent tendencies that make you feel some type of way. But then you're
get the fuck out. If you was in my face, I would have done more than what Portia did. Right. I'm sorry. Get in my personal space.
And then you lay up with this man who's busting out your windows, throwing all these temper tantrums.
And even after that, you still fuck him in the back of your car.
Yeah.
Or his car, whatever car.
Someone's car.
Disgusting. Like, come on, you're better than that. You're a nice looking woman.
Is she though? You're better than that. Is she though?
I'm just saying.
These shows make me look at some of these women like, are you really?
Well, I asked on Twitter, and in the polls, it's, do you think Cynthia Bailey has a right to be upset that she wasn't invited to Kenya Moore's wedding? The answers or the options were only Kenya's day mattered and Cynthia had the right to know. 70% to only Kenya days matter and 70% to Cynthia had the right to know. I feel like if that's supposed to be your best friend, that's supposed to be something like your sister, my soul, all that kind of stuff, then I feel like you should have been able to have her go. And I really think you're wrong for not inviting your dad. I feel like that should have been the person. You have two parents.
And one
living,
of them,
and only one of them talk to you.
Acknowledge
you don't think that you don't want one of your parents there, the one that actually care about you? Right. That don't make sense to me. Anyway, I'm tired of talking about this person. Portia, you should have went to Shamia's wedding.
Simple.
I know that you have been to something that requires some type of long flight, and your excuse that the flight was too much is BS. You can't be rolling up in a Bentley and all that kind of stuff and say that you don't have money for a flight. Just like Tyrese saying he can't pay his legal fees, but he got a Starbucks in his backyard. That don't make no damn sense. And then use your... I would have been fine. She was like, you know what? I have a medical condition. I can't go. But when she said out her mouth, well, I can't do coach.
You ain't been flying first class all your life.
It's not even that. You're saying that you can't do coach because, first of all, you can't do first class because it's too expensive. And then you can't do coach because you can't recline.
No. That's why I'm like, you have not. I don't know. I'm just trying to imagine one of my best friends saying, I can't come to your wedding because First class is too expensive, and I can't do coach because I can't.
But you know the
recline.
expensive part is BS.
Like,
there's no way that it's expensive.
right.
I know you got at least one bag in that closet of yours that costs $10,000.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go to my wedding because of that?
That, at that point, is you are automatically downgraded from friend to just, I will see you when I see you. You don't got to worry about no baby showers, no anniversary parties, birthday dinners. You know what? You ain't even got to worry about me texting or calling you anymore. Like, we're just done.
Yeah. No,
So that's why when I heard her say, like,
no, for you not to come to my wedding, I'm not going to. I don't. There's nothing to change. There's nothing for us to talk about after that.
No.
What are we gonna talk about? You didn't come to my wedding
because you couldn't.
And you let your best friend talk shit about me.
Yeah.
That didn't fuck their
like after everything. Yeah, after everything that Portia has done to Shamia, like
or
flying
let
coach.
happen.
Yes. Flying coach should have been the least thing that you did. Like, you know what? Like, this bitch know that I do not be up here with these peasants. But for her...
Well, get the exit seat. You got more leg room. Virgin America is very nice. Well, yeah. Virgin Atlantic, I say. I guess would be the right one.
Like, but yeah, like, if that's your friend, like, flying coach should have been the least that you could have done to show her, like... You are my friend. Whatever I can do to be here for you going forward. But
that didn't matter.
Right. Bet you if that was Phaedra.
That's the only time she really should have got a doctor's note. Not for that little thing they went to last season. Anyway, moving on to the last show that we're going to discuss this evening. It's Married to Medicine. Now, Married to Medicine is one of my favorite reality shows.
Yes.
Especially because, it got black people and they doctors.
Right.
Educated black folk.
Right. Educated black women.
Yes.
And men. Yeah. The women. Yeah. Dr. Jackie and Simone.
Yeah. But, I feel like this is probably it is one of my favorite ones because they're ER doctors, OBGYNs. There was a plastic surgeon at the beginning of it. But one of the issues that came was with Toya, and, she had this IRS thing with her husband. FYI, do not give your financial advisor a power of attorney over your finances because if something doesn't happens, you have no recollection of going on until you owe $170,000 to your IRS. Now, she said they were the first in their family to have this kind of money. They didn't really know what to do. I think they've learned their lesson. But now her husband has had to pick up all these shifts, and they can't have sex. And it's been a problem.
It's like, well, girl, I mean, this bill ain't gonna pay itself.
But they said they've already paid half of it off.
Right. So, I mean, you better just hang in there for a few more months and...
But y'all can get back to the sex. It's not a big deal. Quad is doing the cookbook. Quad is doing a cookbook and...
Yeah.
She's still not getting pregnant.
Yeah, she's not, I was going to give her a little credit because I'm like, I do follow her on social media and her little dishes be looking really good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's picking up more and more projects to avoid producing a seed. So that's...
Anyway, but yeah, that's going to come to a head. Dr. Heavenly still Dr. Heavenly. Being everybody's business and being... submissive wife.
Yeah. To daddy.
Hey, daddy. Well, I'm not saying hi daddy to you.
Yeah, that's what she calls. I don't
get cut by Heavenly. I'm just saying that in general.
That's what she calls him.
But the two that are really sad is Dr. Simone and Cecil. They're having their issues, and then apparently it was an argument, and Simone used the D word.
Yeah.
She said before I've said just get a reaction. Now this time I really mean it. I feel like they're just having problems.
Yeah.
They have two houses, the north house, the south house, and, getting across town. She's scheduling deliveries when they're supposed to have dinner. He finds that excuse. She's saying that it's work. And I think it's just a lot of miscommunication and not really understanding the other person. And it just kind of comes to a head. But they're saying, you know what, we need to go to therapy.
Yeah, it's been 20 years.
They've just celebrated their 20th anniversary last season. I hope they make it. I do.
Yeah, I like them.
Simone and Cecil is actually my favorite couple on the show. So, and then, of course, Dr. Jackie and Curtis.
Jesus, give her strength.
I feel so bad. Just taking out the fact that she's a cancer survivor. Let's take that out. Twice.
Right.
Out of all the wives, Dr. Heavenly, out of all of the bitches, why Jackie?
Right.
She's one like a very nice, calm. She brings the show peace.
Yeah.
Understanding, class.
Yeah, dignity.
She kind of just has all those qualities for the show, and the fact that she hasn't been able to have children. Then you can add in that she's a 2-time cancer survivor.
Right.
That she's lost
so many
things that would make her feel complete.
Right.
That her being a baby doctor, in a sense,
right,
is what gives her her happiness. And she can't have kids. You didn't want to adopt Curtis.
Yeah, she's made, from what I've seen, she's made so many sacrifices for him, and it just pisses me off because, for one, I feel like it goes back into the notion of, like, marriage and relationships that, you know, if a man is, let's say there's a man version of Dr. Jackie and he's working, you know, 100 hours a week doing all this and that, then it's like, well, as a wife,
women, we have to put up with it.
Right. You have to put up with it. You need to be there for him. You need to make life easier for him.
That's what Dr. Heavenly would say.
But because she's Dr. Jackie, the woman, it's like, well, what about your husband? What about your husband? And it's like, she wanted to adopt kids. He didn't want to. So she had to give up the dream of
having children.
Of having a kid. They ended up selling their house and was looking somewhere else. Jackie was like, well, since it's just going to be us, let's get a nice high rise in the city. He was like, no, I want a big house in the suburbs. And when she explained it, she went ahead and got the house in the suburbs. She was like, me coming home to a big house for a family and not having one kind of hurts. But she still compromised with him. And then it's like...
She tried. She did the little dinner thing with the mitts. Oh, this is for you. And then your dusty ass.
Fucking... What is he? Basketball coach at? What is he? What did he teach? Basketball coach.
And so I think you foul as fuck.
You foul.
Dr. Jackie I just felt so bad for her. And then it's so like the way you find out social media, really?
Yeah. Now the mistress is
and then the mistress had the audacity to give an interview like, well, I didn't know he was married and blah, blah, blah. Look, chick, if you had to put the rooms in your name and only be in hotels, don't you think something's sketchy with that?
Yeah, that you might not have genuinely known. But once that started happening, that's when you should have been like, you know what? I need to start doing some investigating.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Right.
That's what I would have said.
Like, no, it's time to do some type of investigating. But I have a feeling you probably didn't know when you initially met him. You probably did later on find out, or you knew, but was kind of like, well, if he don't say nothing, I'm not going to say nothing.
Right.
And... now all of a sudden it's just out there and you trying to like give your side of the story to save face.
I know. I feel bad, but that comes to the conclusion of our show. Thank you. Thank you for listening to us rant and rave.
It has been fun. So going forward, we're going to start a new segment at the end of our reality TV recaps, if you will, called The Real Tea. It's basically listening letters. So we want to hear if you guys have a story, if you need some advice or you have some questions, send us your letters. We will read them on air and we will, give you the real tea on how we would handle the situation. Just a word of caution. We are not experts, so if you take our advice and your life goes to shit,
I'm no expert. Okay?
I don't know. So, just saying like, well, this is what we maybe would do. So, but yeah, it's very fun. So just send us in your questions.
RealiTEA at Gmail, RealiTEA-V at gmail.com. You can go ahead and send us an email on there. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, RealiTEA_V.
If it's a little confusing, we will have all of our social media handles.
Yes, we will let you know.
Yes, in the caption of this. So, yeah, go ahead, follow us, keep up with us. We have some exciting new things coming up. We'll be with you.
And let us know your thoughts.
Yes.
Do the reviews, all that kind of stuff. We want to hear your thoughts and opinions. What you guys liked, what you guys didn't like, what we should add, what we should take out. Just let us, I'm not going to feel that bad.
Right. Right.
But thank you for listening, and you guys have a good week. This is Funmi.
This is B.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Oh, my God. Why do you have to keep doing that?
I'm going to keep doing it.